let's find the volume of soil in garden beds. Now these raised garden beds, with 4 of them, have dimensions that we're going to calculate in this video. Because these are long raised garden beds, we're going to ask ourselves, how much soil do we need to put into these garden beds, these raised cuboids, these rectangular prisms, and ask ourselves, if we're going to shovel dirt into the garden beds or take soil out from these garden beds, what would the volume be? Firstly, let's look at the dimensions of these long raised garden bed cuboids. We know that they are 6 meters in length. The length is 6 meters. Its dimension is 6 meters by its width. Its width is 2 meters wide. So its dimensions are 6 by 2. However, we need to consider how high, how deep each one of those garden beds is. Now we're going to keep them in meters because 6 by 2 by 0.3 here is the dimension of the height here, not in centimeters but in meters. That's 30 centimeters, but we're not going to write 30. We're going to say 0.3. So when we use SketchUp, we can see that the length running down here, 6 of them, allows me diagrammatically on this diagram to show my length of 6 meters and my width of 2 meters. So I can see I can see 12 squares running at the top. But I'm not looking at the area. I've got to include this depth calculation here of 30 centimeters. Now this 30 centimeters here, or 0.3 meters, if I use that in my calculations, I can work out how much dirt is going to be shoveled in the 4 raised garden bed cuboids. Each bed has dimensions 6 meters by 2 by 0.3. There's one garden bed. We need 4 of them. So what we need to do is sort out how much soil we're going to shovel into those garden beds. Pause the video and calculate how much volume of soil in 4 garden beds. So here we are, we've got 4 garden beds, 6 meters long in length, with a 2 meter width. Across here is 2 meters, down the length is 6 meters, and that depth is 30 centimeters, or 0.3 of a meter. Now that's one garden bed, 6 by 2 by 0.3. There's another garden bed, 6 meters by 2 meters by 0.3. There's the third garden bed, 6 by 2 by 0.3 meters, and the 4th one in the distance. You have to find the volume of all 4 of those long garden beds. So now here, after pausing the video, you're ready for the calculations. How much soil do we need to shovel into the 4 long garden beds? Each one has dimensions 6 by 2 by 0.3 meters. A volume multiplies the 3 dimensions. This is in 3D. This is a height of 0.3 times a length of 6, further multiplied by a width of 2. When you work out the volume using your calculator, you'll get nearly 4 cubic meters, actually 3.6 cubic meters. So each long garden bed has a volume V of 3.6 cubic meters. 3.6 cubic meters, the volume of one of them, we're now going to multiply this by 4 of them to work out the volume in all 4 raised cuboid garden beds. The total volume, therefore, is 14.4 cubic meters. The total volume is 14.4 cubic meters.